All right, so we're going to chat about minor repairs. Minor repairs are a free service that we give to customers. The reason why we do this is that the intention is that if we give them a free repair now on something simple, they will remember that we didn't charge them for it, and they will come back around and we will roof their house later when it needs it. So far it's worked, so we're going to keep on doing it. However, we have to put some parameters around it to make sure that it is a true minor repair and it's not something that someone's gonna go out there to fix and it's gonna take an hour to 2 hours. Those would be something that would have a labor minimum or a labor requirement, some type of charge with those. But if it's a minor repair, which we are considering to be under 10 shingles, so 10 shingles or under, one thing you have to take into consideration is whenever you're looking at the repair that needs to be done, if you have 2 missing shingles, you need to look at the shingles around it. So the shingles around it, if the one over here is messed up or folded, but it's still attached, if the one above it is already like pulled up and those shingles are, it's, you know, placed over to where you've got that line from wind damage, or it's pulled up to where like you can put your hands underneath it and pull that up, sometimes we can't reuse those shingles. So you need to pay close attention to what's around what you're evaluating. We want to be able to set the parameters so that you know with confidence on certain things that you can get off that roof and you can tell the customer, okay, this is gonna be a free minor repair for you. And you sell yourself on that, sell them that we're gonna take care of you. And a lot of people will come back, well, why are you doing that for free? And then you just be honest with them and say, well, it's a service that we offer. It's something that we've done since we opened the company, and our hope is that we're going to do this free repair for you. And when it comes time for you to get a new roof, that you're going to remember that and you're going to call us back. And almost every single time you have someone that says, I'm definitely going to call you, because they're so grateful for that repair being done. So the parameters around it, it needs to be 10 shingles or less that need to be changed out. And then it needs to be 30 miles from the home office, which is in Canton, Texas. So if it is something that is in, I'm trying to think of the ones that we've done that are crazy. So if it's in Jacksonville, that is over 30 miles away. It needs to be something that's close to the home office. If it's further away, there's going to be kind of a minimum charge to kind of help with that extra time and gas and everything to get out there to take care of that. So if it's over 30 miles, then say that you're gonna get a price and then let them know what it'd be to fix it. But if it's within 30 miles every time, less than shingles, and within 30 miles, you can tell them it's gonna be free. So there's a couple of rules with that. So changing out pipe boots or metals, flashing, anything that has to do with flashing is not a free repair. That takes a lot more time. It takes a little bit more expertise. And a lot of times, like if you're changing a pipe boot, it sounds simple, right? You take that off and put a new one on. You have to put synthetic, you've got to put storm guard, you've got to change the shingles around it. It becomes more of an elaborate type of thing. And those materials cost us a lot more money. The reason why we're able to do these free repairs is in the storage that we have, we keep extra shingles. So if like they open a bundle on the job site, and they're doing a roof and they only take like 2 or 3 shingles out of that bundle to finish the job, the rest of the bundle comes to the office. And with those, that's what we use to do these minor repairs. So yes, those materials do cost money, but they're the leftovers. It's the stuff we would have thrown in the trailer to put in the dump, but we're gonna keep that so that we can use it for the repairs. So the pipe boots and stuff, those things get expensive and those are not free. We'll get you a price on those. To be able to do a minor repair, we need some details. One thing that we do have to take into consideration is if the roof is extremely steep, that's another expertise thing. I can't just send any of the PMs out there, or Lilo, our production manager, or like certain members of the crew. Some can't do that. And you have to have some kind of safety gear sometimes. Sometimes people have to go in pairs if it's on a super steep roof. So keep in mind that we need to know the pitch of the roof too. So if it's 10 shingles on a 12-12 pitch, that might not be free. So let me add that in. Less than 10 shingles and under a 9-12 pitch. Let's do that. Under a 9-12 pitch. If it's 9-12, or if above a 9-12, so that'd be 10-12 and up, this is not free. That will be kind of a minimum charge. Let me think. Color of shingles, so we need to know the details of what needs to be changed out, the pitch of the roof, photos, of course, color of the shingles and type of shingle. If you can't precisely guess what this color is, just make sure you get lots of really good pictures and we can help you kind of figure out what that color is. And then type whether it's a 3-tab or laminated shingle, designer shingle, whatever it is, document that as well. If there is an interior leak, this is one of the most important things that we see that happens is we have a salesman that says, hey, it's got an interior leak, go do this, you know, we've told her to be a free amount of repair, and the production manager goes to take care of it. He gets out there, and the homeowner's not home, and he can't, like, he wasn't there to see what y'all saw together. So he needs to be able to have access into the house to verify what he is changing and what he is seeing from his years of experience with dealing with leaks is actually lining up with what the leak actually is, so that they're not calling back and be like, oh, well, you did this repair, but it's still leaking, and we couldn't get in the house to accurately make sure that we're taking care of the correct shingles, because sometimes it's not just a shingle, it's a nail pop, and those things are noticed, but you need to be able to identify what's lining up with that leak. So if there's an interior leak, make sure you have photos of where it's leaking, and you look inside the attic to correctly identify the issue. So if they're saying it's leaking in a spot, get up in the attic, especially around chimneys. This is the biggest thing. Around chimneys, we need to know where it's leaking. So if it's, get in the attic and you can see what side of the decking is messed up or where the water stain is, because sometimes the leak is coming from up here. This is where the water's coming in, and then it comes down to the front, and then it leaks in the front. So the water is running down because of gravity, it's moving this way, but the leak is actually up higher. So you need to be able to identify exactly where that leak is coming from and take pictures of that as well. So, and then also, like we talked about, if there's an interior leak, let the homeowner know that they must be present for whenever they come out to do the repair. That way they can make sure they're repairing the correct spot. The older the roof is, the older the shingles are, it is harder to repair or replace shingles. If the roof is 35 years old and it has missing shingles everywhere, the roof gets brittle with age. So whenever you go to pry to replace a shingle, a lot of times you're gonna break those shingles above you because they're so brittle. It's just this effect of this one breaks and then you go change that one and the next one breaks, the next one breaks, the next one breaks. So just keep that in mind, that sometimes when the roof is extremely old, it's hard to do a shingle repair on. All right, so Tyler walked in, so I had to stop the video, then I'm restarting it, and I'm not gonna like start over with everything I've already said. So I'm gonna pick up where I think I left off on the last video. So of course, the older the roof, it is harder to replace a shingle, so just be mindful and let the homeowners know that it is very hard to replace a shingle of a roof that is older. It's something that we will do it, but it is a Band-Aid. It is going to be a temporary Band-Aid, and it'll help you hang on a little bit longer, but eventually you're gonna have to get that roof changed out. Also kind of a common sense thing, but I'm just gonna put it out there just to make sure we're on the same page. The older the roof is, when you put new shingles on, if the roof is 25 years old, it's gonna have algae on there, there's gonna be granule loss, there's gonna be things going on there that are not perfect. The coloring is going to be different. So the new shingle that's gonna go on there, we're gonna match what the shingle color is, but obviously one's 25 years old and has had weather on it, and the other one is brand new. So they're going to look different. Also, if it's silicone only, so if you get up there and it's on the ridge caps, there's no silicone on there, or there's just like an exposed nail head somewhere, or like the pipe jacks have the nails on the end, or there's a pipe boot that just needs to be sealed up. Anything like that that's silicone only, we're not sending production out there for that. So make sure you keep your caulk gun and your silicone with you at all times, and you take care of that while you're there. It makes you like a hero. It's a great service for you to do. It's super easy. If you don't know how to use a caulk gun, then get with me and I can teach you. Jared can teach you. Production can teach you. PMs, whoever. But y'all are responsible for siliconing your own things. I don't want to send someone out there just to silicone when you were already there. Just take care of it. But I think that's it. So those are the minor repairs parameters. If you have any questions, get with us, and that's all. Goodbye.